So you want to speedrun Metroid Dread, but you don't know how to get started. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through an entire playthrough of Metroid Dread using the speedrun routing, and I'll go over all of the necessary tricks for the most basic route. There are going to be things that are part of like pro strats, world record strats that we aren't going to cover here. This is just going to be beginner stuff. So to start, you see I have this file at 344. So the way you get that is you just start a file, mash through all the cutscenes, skip the cutscene when you get there, and just once you're able to control Samus, just go to the minus menu and quit out. And it will save you at 3 minutes 44 seconds usually. So, to start up a speedrun, from after the cutscene, you just boot up your file and hit continue. Now at the second you hit continue, that is when the timer starts. So if I were timing my run for a speedrun, I would start the timer now. Right as I hit the continue button is when the timer starts. Now there are going to be discrepancies in load times, and we'll talk more about load times later. Different versions have different load times, and we'll talk more about which version is the best version to use in terms of load times and how much of a difference that makes. So when you gain control of Samus, we just kind of start moving, and you can take out these enemies with just 2 missiles. That'll make your life a lot easier, so you don't have to worry about dodging them. Shoot up to get that. And you generally want to spin jump, wall jump up here. Slide down here, take out the blocks, open the door, and we are in our first Adam room, which we're just going to mash through all of these. Nothing of importance happens in those 15 seconds. And for this room, we have the counter tutorial. We don't just kind of mash X for the prompt and then take it out, now. And for up here, the fastest route is to go left. Make that wall jump there, and if you go left again, you can make a wall jump here. And that's your fastest route. Alright, so this is going to be our first actual speedrun trick. So you see that block there? Normally, I would slide under and blow it up and have the whole sequence with the first Emmy. But I don't want to do that. I want to skip it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to slide and jump into the ceiling and shoot the block right as I hit the ceiling. 1, 2, 3 times. If I do it the 4th time, I'll get crushed and I'll die. So I need to do it from over here this time. And so when you shoot, you don't want to aim straight right. You need to aim slightly down and to the right. So I'm going to go slide left, and there we go. It is a bit harder of a trick than the first 3 shots to get that 4th shot in there, but it's a pretty good time save of about a minute, and it's very early in the run, so it's easy to practice. And then we're going to go up here, skip our cutscene, and we have a bit of waiting in the pause menu, and we go down here. And notice I always jump from ledges, or try to. Jumping from ledges is faster than going up the ledge normally. So we are going to jump from ledges, generally, to save on time. It's a very small time save, but it is very helpful. Now there is a thing we can do here where you counter that Emmy to get the alarm turned off. But that's a really, really hard thing to do, and we're not going to do that. I'm just going to go to the door, wait for it to catch up to me, and wait for the door to open, and we're good. And now we can go up here. And we are at the next Adam room. These are just a flat 15 seconds about of just... You gotta do the cutscenes, you gotta mash through the text, you gotta skip the save. Not saving is faster than saving, generally, so we're going to be skipping all of our saves. And when we go up here, we've got some more exploding things to explode, and we go through here. And it's very easy to get lost in the Emmy areas. Heck, I just almost went the wrong way. So, the most important thing I can say with the Emmy areas is just practice them a lot so that you know where you're going. When you go up here, and down, and not down to the left yet, through the corridor, and now I'm going to go down to the left. You can take these guys out en masse with missiles, and just kind of go through here, and down here, and now we've got another water section to deal with. We've got those swarm enemies coming up again, so ready your missiles. And we can take out the blob from over here to save time navigating. And we're going to go back to where we started and go up, and we're going to go down here. You can avoid their attacks by sliding, which is helpful. Alright, you can avoid that guy by sliding, I just forgot. Do you notice I'm always sliding off ledge? That'll help you fall more quickly and keep your momentum when you land. So falling off ledge is generally a good play. You should always be able to get that in one cycle, by the way, the water puzzle there. Even if the Emmy spawns close to you, you can just wait until it actually sees you, go through the tunnel, and be good. So now you've got Charge Beam. Most runners will use Split to keep track of how well they do in certain sections, and that first split is usually Charge Beam. So what that means is you would just mark in the timer you're using how long that particular section was. As with all of these power-ups, you don't need to grab that E-Tank I just grabbed, but it helps, and it doesn't take too long. Go up here. Go up here, same as the first time we went. And go through here. And this is where there's another pro strat. You see that blob over there? The same way we shot the first blob through the wall to skip the first Emmy, we can slide off here and shoot that blob to get the Phantom Cloak early. But that's really hard, and we're not going to talk about that in detail for this video. For this video, we're keeping the pro strats out of it. We're just doing normal, not hard, speedrunning strats. And we've got bad enemy RNG. Alright. Just gotta stay on your toes. Emmys spawn randomly based on where you entered from. And so you have to adapt to whenever you get an Emmy spawn that is not the best. So always be ready for that. Alright, and now we have to go redirect our thermals. Nothing much to say about this corridor, just kind of walk through it. Exciting, I know. Exciting gameplay. And as we go through here, make sure to shoot this little bugger. And we've got our first thermal redirect. Unfortunately, you cannot skip these in current patch. So, you just gotta live with it. It's a time sink. And now we're going to go grab Spider Magnet. Nothing stands in our way now that we have the thermal doors open. So it's going to head that way. Alright, and now we're going to go down here. And we're going to go down and left this time to go through a thermal door. And we're going to go down and left through here as well to go through this thermal door. And there's a small skip you can make by jumping over there. And we want to go up here to get to the central unit, the CU, and we're just going to beat it up. Missiles are by far your best damage dealer, so if you can shoot some donuts for some extra missiles, that'll help you out for DPS. If you run out of missiles, best way to deal with it is just mash beam. And there are videos on mashing technique that explain it better than I possibly could. So if you don't know how to mash, you can one finger mash or 2-finger mash, that'll both help. So now we gotta go fight for white enemy. We can go up here, shoot it in its stupid face, and then once it gets close, jump over it, turn around, and keep on shooting it. And as soon as it pops up like that, you can start charging your Omega Blaster. And that is our spider beam. A spider magnet. As our spider magnet. Spider magnet acquired. We're mashing A to get out of this window. We're mashing B to get out of this window. And there's one more window to get out of that we're going to mash A for. And now that we're here, we're going to go up and left. Our next objective is the Phantom Cloak from the boss Corpius. And to get that, we gotta go up here, past all these enemies. Grab the missile tank. Corpius, you want as many missiles as you can get. So, it's very easy to run out of missiles against Corpius. So what we're going to do is counter and go fight Corpius. We're going to get up close, hit him fast, hit him hard. And if he does that, there isn't much we can do. Make sure to keep track of his head movements, and make sure to shoot those gunk balls as he shoots them. And now that we're here, you can shoot that from missiles, but you can still shoot his head if you can try and aim. Watch the way he moves after you shoot him. And once we're here, you can mash your beam. And our goal is just to hit him. And once he gets here, you can slide through and counter for the ammo, but do not initiate the counter sequence. Because missiles are weaker during the counter sequence, so you'll get more done just by spamming missiles regularly. Oh, there we go. Got some missiles to finish them off, hopefully. Oh, dang it, I missed that one. Okay, and there we go. That is our Phantom Cloak. That is our Corpius boss fight. So, basically, try to hit him fast, hit him hard, get the counter for missiles and for your energy, but do not actually initiate the counter sequence. Okay, so Phantom Cloak. There's a cool little thing we can do where you slide and cloak to just eliminate a good portion of walking time. So I'm going to slide and cloak. I press ZL to slide and almost immediately press R to cloak. And that is how we do that slide cloak. So I'm going to go back the way I went through the thermal redirect. And we are going to go to Catarus. And to do that, we gotta go up here, shoot the little buggers. You'll generally be low on resources at this point, so you can use this time to shoot the little bat things. They have names. I think they're called plies. Just damage boost through that. And now is as good a time as any to talk about loading times. So here's the thing. Not all versions of Metroid Dread are created equal. Some versions load more quickly than others. If you have a physical copy, you are out of luck. Physical copies take the longest amount of time to load out of the different versions. So the alternative is, of course, a digital copy. You can have a digital copy on the internal storage, or you can have a digital copy on the SD card. And internal storage is going to be faster than the SD card in terms of loading time. So the best solution is to have the game downloaded digitally on internal storage. If you have it on the SD card, you can move it to internal storage without much hassle. If you have it physically, you're losing about 4 minutes in just load times. So if you really want to become serious about speedrunning this game, then you want to go for a digital copy. If you're just speedrunning casually, it really isn't a big deal. It's a 4-minute loss, but that's fine. We're here to have fun at the end of the day. And if your goal is just to have fun, speedrun casually, not go for world record, then at the end of the day, a physical copy is all you need for that. Alright, so now... make sure you shoot those things before they can hit you, because they will knock you off the spider magnet wall, and that is not a good time. That is a pretty big time loss if you let them hit you. So the trek through Cataris is all about backtracking and making sure you know where your next objective is. We have a whole bunch of thermal redirects to do, and it's going to be very messy very quickly. Oh my goodness. Just like that jump up there was. Alright, new Emmy, new cutscene skip, new RNG. Green Emmy is not very nice. It can spawn in horrible locations. So from here we're going to go right, we're going to go through here, and we're going to go up. And once we go up, personally, I recognize this area pretty well. I knew where I was supposed to go, what my route was. Just because it's so memorable to me. You spend a lot of time here going back and forth in your casual playthrough. Okay, so now that we did our first thermal redirect, we are going to go down and backtrack the way we just came. And dag nabbit. See, that's what I was talking about with Emmy RNG. That was a terrible spawn location for that Emmy. If you're awesome, you can counter. If you're not awesome, that's just a time loss. I've countered during a run before. It was awesome. It felt amazing. But it is very difficult and, well, tricky. Alright, slide cloak, and we are going to hit that. Cataris is full of unskippable cutscenes. Personally, those cutscenes make it my least favorite part of the run, but lots of people also really like it just because of the routing and the pathing that you have to do, the pathfinding. Trying to remember and figure out where you're supposed to go. So once we go up here, we go up top first and do the thermal redirect. And when we head back, we are going to take the bottom door. So I'm going to slide cloak, and we are going to take the bottom door here, and we are going to go down, and we are going to go into the Emmy zone. And we are not going to go out this Emmy door. No, we are not going to do that. We are going to keep on going past that, jump over here, and go through the Phantom Cloak door with the Slide Cloak. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I've talked to some other runners, and that one Emmy door has thrown them off as well, so I know at least it's not just me who keeps on going through that door on accident. But once you get the hang of it, you get the hang of it. It all comes down to muscle memory at some point. And now we're going to go up here. And up here, there's one more bat up here we need to take care of. And we are going to do this platforming. Make sure you are very careful not to fall down. If you do your jumping from ledge, right, then there should be very little danger of that.
Uploading data.
From here, the next objective is the wide beam all the way in Dairon, which just means our current objective is to get there. And the Emmy spawned in a terrible location for me. Oh, it's in the pipe, never mind, that's fine. Always do your best to be aware of the Emmy's location on your radar. That is the best way to be proactive about Emmy locations, and prepare your strategies ahead of time. If you really want to put effort into it, then learn all the Emmy locations and have a strategy for each and every one. Personally, I just kind of react, but we all saw how that went when I died earlier. So, decide whether you want to react and risk dying, or put in the time and effort to learning all of the individual locations that they can spawn, and devising a plan for each of them. And now, it is time to use the shortcut room. We are going to go down here, down to the right. Dagnabbit. See, this is why everyone hates the green Emmy. Okay, there we go. See, if I had a plan, I might have been able to take care of that more quickly. But I'm here for beginner tips, and plans for each and every Emmy encounter are not beginner tips. So now we're going to go back through here. And we are going to go wrong way. We are going to go through here first to pull down our spider magnet platform. And from here, we are going to go the way I almost accidentally went the first time. There's an energy tank here you can grab for like 2 seconds time loss, not a big deal. And we are going to do one last thermal redirect in Caterus. So we are going to go around. We cannot go left, so we have to go around going right. And as soon as we get to the train, we are ready to head to Dairon. Personally, I have a split on the tram to Dairon, so I use that to see how well I did in Caterus. But you can use different splits for this section if you want, or you can just make from Phantom Cloak to Wide Beam one big section if you want to do that. Honestly, splits don't matter. Splits are used by speedrunners to track their performance on exact sections. That is their purpose. So if I look at my splits and see I had a really bad time from, I don't know, a Spider Magnet to Phantom Cloak, if I saw that split was particularly bad this run, I might look back at the footage of my run to see what exactly happened and why I performed so poorly on that section, and see how I can improve in the future. Anyway, all that is to say, splits are helpful. They let you cut your run up into sections and see how you did on the sections. Alright. So blast down here, and we've got the power back on. And as soon as this is over, we're going to go out and up and through the missile door to the wave beam. And so, up and out and up through here. Through the missile door, slide to wide beam. To the wide beam. A, to get past the first dialog box. B, to get past the second dialog box. And we've got our first wide beam door open. And our first wide beam box. You need a fully charged shot, and you need to not be moving. It can be tricky to get them done quickly. It's a speedrun, so you want to be quick, but it's also a speedrun, so you want to get it your first try. Alright, so now we're on the yellow Emmy. Nothing fancy here, just go to the right. You can go past the shutter platform with a tight little jump there. And now we've got one last wide beam block in here. Oi. Get out. And we are on the shuttle back to Cadaris. And make sure we know which way we're going out of the shuttle. This time we're going right. As you finish each transition, keep in mind what the next step is for the run. Knowing that I was going right out of the shuttle, knowing that I am going down and left through the wave beam door helps me save time just looking and making mistakes. So now that we're in here, same strategy as before. Spam missiles, try and get more missiles from the donut. And I'm out of missiles. Unfortunate. Oh well. Alright, so once we get our Omega Blaster, Omega Stream and all that, we can break open this door, and we can take out the green Emmy in a really cheeky way. Just immediately enter a mode, shoot the exploding orb there thing, and just shoot the Emmy as it comes up. You don't even have to move. And there's a decent amount of room for error, honestly. And there it's taken out. And there it is gone. And that is our Morph Ball acquired. So yeah, for this Emmy's fast kill, we don't even have to move. We can just kind of stand there and shoot, and there's a decent amount of room for error. It's really nice, honestly. It is distinctly not hard to do, compared to some of the other quick kills we will get to later. The white Emmy one looked a bit scary, but it honestly isn't that hard. You just gotta know when to jump over it. Grab the missiles. Alright, so quick thing about Morph Ball. They want us to just stay in Morph Ball for this entire passage, right? But it is faster to slide when you can. So I'm going to stay unmorphed as much as I can, and slide through there, so I have more speed when I'm going into my Morph Ball. Alright. And now I'm going to go grab that Missile Plus tank. Just don't even worry about getting hit there, they don't deal enough damage to bother you. And now we are on our way to pick up the Varia suit. Alright, so now that we are in Artaria, we need to go grab the Varia suit. So that's going to be to the left and past the save room. Get up here, and if you want to have an extra buffer, there are 4 energy parts on the route, and here is our first one. You don't need to grab all 4 energy parts, you save about 10 seconds not collecting them. But if you want the extra buffer, they help. So in this room, you can break these, which I was not aware of for a good while. So there you go. You can break those blocks to go through that room more quickly. Get up here, charge beam. And the best advice I can give you for this section is to just memorize it. Know exactly what you need to do when, because what's on screen changes a lot very quickly. So keeping in your head what your next move is definitely the best thing you can do. So now go to the left here, go to the right, and through there, and up. And ready a charge shot to shoot it there before going up here. And the Varia suit and the Gravity suit both have cutscenes for you to skip, so make sure you do that quickly. We do not want that to be a time loss. And now we can go back through here quickly. Shoot that one open as early as you can. Did not mean to morph all there. Alright, and now we go through here. That could have gone better. You can avoid the energy station there by somersaulting around it. And now we're going to teleportal back to Caterus to go beat up Kraid. There are pit blocks on your left, and make sure you are shooting as you come through here, since we do not have bombs to break that block on the far right if we don't break it before going into Morph Ball. These guys, we can damage boost through. They do like 20 some damage, so just damage boosting through them is the most efficient way to deal with them. For the last one though, I will use missiles because we need to spend a bit more time in this room to break that open. But it is possible to damage boost through and break that without getting hit. You can be fast enough to do that. And now it is time to go beat up Kraid. The main thing to be aware of in this fight is just your aim. And not to get scared when he punches you at the opening there, because that punch is not going to hurt you if you're at a standstill. For this part, Charge Beam is going to get damage more consistently because it has a bigger hitbox. And you can just use your beam to get some more pickups. And soon, we've got our skip. So we want to mash beam on his belly, generally, because we want to save our missiles for this part of the fight. Crouch to dodge. There is an attack he has where he spews out his free belly spikes without being provoked, and when he does that attack, you can climb up to this platform without needing him, or without needing to, yeah, here it is. You can jump up here, and now you can go up to your magnet safely. Alright. So Kraid does have an attack when you're up here that can knock you off a platform. He has that counter attack that we are not going to initiate the cutscene for. There's another one that he didn't do where he pulls his fist back and punches you. You can avoid that one by jumping off of the spider magnet platform right before he does it, and returning back to the platform afterwards. It's a very quick attack, so you have a decent amount of time to make your jump, avoid it, and get back. So now we are using our diffusion beam to get out of here, and we are going to head to Dairon. Alright, so now that we are in Dairon, it is time for our first actual sequence break. If you know anything about Metroid speedrunning, you know sequence breaks are a big part of that. So this is where our first one is going to be. Normally you would go left and get on track for bombs, but we're going to go down here and head to the grapple beam. So if you've ever played Donkey Kong Country, you know that if you roll off a ledge in Donkey Kong Country, you can jump while in midair. We're going to do that same principle here. I'm going to slide out, jump in midair, wall jump, and ledge grab. It's going to be harder on the second time. You really need to wait and jump as late as possible. Watch until Samus's legs are actually fully pointing down to make your jump. And now we are going to take the elevator to Artaria to grab the grapple beam. So now that we're here, we're going to go out, down the tunnel, to the right, to the bottom right, through the missile door, and grab the grapple beam. The grapple beam is going to be our best friend for the coming sections of the playthrough. So, as the game tells you, but I suspect you didn't do too much in the casual playthrough, grapple beam is going to propel us straight to these magnetic surfaces. And we're going to be taking great advantage of that. I can magnet the top surface up here and stop magneting, but that's just a brief demonstration. We're going to be doing a lot more of grapple beam. The coming sections of the run are actually designed around having the grapple beam early. I'm pretty sure this is an intentional skip considering the way the next few sections are designed up until we get the speed booster. So once we get back here, for my first couple runs I tried going right before realizing I don't have bombs yet, so we gotta go left, and we can take this route back, or there's another route we can take back that's a little bit faster. You can jump off the ledge to get there, and we can hang on the ledge and jump to the left to get that. It's a little bit faster, it's a bit tricky. You don't need to do it, you can take the top route, it's fine. And now we go here and to our next Atom Room. Mashing for Atom Rooms doesn't matter all that much, so yeah, we're going to use grapple there to speed up our movement. And we are going to go this way. Normally you would not go this way, but since we have grapple beam now, we can go that way. And we can fix the power in this room from there. We're going to go left, we're going to go all the way left, we're going to go all the way right, we're going to go up the spider magnet wall, and we're going to go up and up. We're going to jump immediately once we enter this room. There are certain things you just need to tell yourself before it happens so you know you're ready to do it. And jumping as soon as you enter that room is one of those things. If you wait a bit to jump, then you're just going to get caught on the underside of that middle platform. So now that we've got the power on, we're going to move on to bomb. And here are the bombs. Now that we have bombs, our next objective is going to be flash shift. Just gotta get out of this room first. And use the bomb launcher to do so. And we're going to go left down here. And we're going to go through the bomb launcher. And once we get to the next area, we see experiment Z57 there. Nice little Easter egg. And we're going to shoot down here and hit the grapple block and to grab this missile tank. You're starting to see why I'm saying this is an intentional sequence break, I hope. Because we've already used Grapple Beam to speed things up twice, and we're only going to use it even more in Burinia. Don't ask. Sometimes I just accidentally hit ZL. I need to just get out of the habit of that. And now we're going to take the shuttle to Burinia. It definitely pays to notice your bad habits and try to break those habits. I have a bad habit of morphing when I don't want to, just because I tap ZL a bit much. And I'm trying to break myself of that habit. Find what bad habits you have, break them, and that'll immediately help you run quite a good bit. And now that we are in Burinia, you'll see the full extent of the Grapple Beam's usefulness in traversal. So first we're going to go left, as we are wont to do in Burinia. Morph so we can feed that guy bombs. And here we have a grapple block, skipping a good portion of the underwater section there. We can just damage boost that guy. I learned you can take him out with a grapple beam, and it's cool, but just damage boost. It's faster. As we see down here, I can use the grapple beam to skip that entire climb across a pool of water. And we're going to have another similar grapple beam usage coming up. Going to jump over these to be in water as little as possible. And if I can grapple here and use the speed from that to save some time. And now if we are down here, we are going to use the grapple beam here to save a ton of underwater time. That one grapple beam saved quite a good deal of time. A couple minutes, honestly. So now we see why we do the grapple beam early. And we saw earlier how to do the grapple beam early. And now we can grab that E-Tank using Flash Shift. We could have grabbed it earlier using Grapple Beam, but Flash Shift allows us to go backwards from here. So that is a much better way to do that. So now we are going to get the Speed Booster. In this part, there's not much to say, other than just be clean, know what you're supposed to do and do it. We need to do a bomb. We need to use the fusion beam twice to take that out. And we cannot use it there to take this one out. And knowing that we cannot use it there is important, because that you know you need to morph for that one, and you do not need to for the other one. The fusion beam that, and we are on our way to Dairon for the speed booster. And now we are back in Dairon to grab the speed booster. As before, we're staying out of the water as much as possible, escaping as soon as we can. And now we get to see grapple in action some more. I can grapple that to get some speed, grapple that to get some speed, grapple here, and that will get me to the door. And lastly, Last little trick we can do to save time. Wall jump, flash shift to get back to the wall we started. To get to the core room. The central unit room. We're going to take this out the same as all the others, using as many missiles as we can. There we go. And now we have to prepare for our quick kill for the yellow enemy. What we're going to do is we're going to walk out, jump on the platform, and aim upwards to the little hatch it's going to crawl out of. Jump, aim, shoot. You have a decent margin of error for this one. More than you'd expect since it's a fast enemy. Just, if you choke it, you can always go somewhere else to finish up the kill. But that is our yellow Emmy fast kill to get the speed booster. And now that we have that, there are a whole lot of controls to go over, but we're not going to do that here. We're going to do that somewhere else. But I do need to go over a speed booster trick before going over the controls. So watch it and come back to this later if you need to. We're going to speed boost. We're going to jump and wall jump. We're going to slide. We're going to wall jump 1, 2, 3 times. Wall jump and crouch. Dang it. If we crouch, bomb, and go up here, you can shine spark to continue your speed booster, so you don't have to charge a new one here. But it's fine. You can always just speed boost there. And call it good. Grab the E-tank. And we're going to jump, flash shift to the right, wall jump, and get up here. And we need to speed boost for this next section. Going to jump, jump, and one more jump. And now if we're here, we can grapple. And we are on our way to Furinia. So now that we are in Furinia, we've got a couple techs we can do to save time. Instead of grappling, we're going to wall jump and flash shift. And here is our second energy part, if you want to build your E-tank using parts. There's a second one here. And we are going to flash shift through here, take these out. And if you want to save a bit of time, instead of swinging, you can jump and flash shift off the slope. And now that we are here, it is time for our first Chozo Robo boss fight. So the way we're going to take this one out is with Shine Sparks. It takes 2 Shine Sparks to kill this thing. So you charge your speed boost and crouch at the far end and do your Shine Spark. And we are going to do the same thing again. It's not nice when it jumps down like that though. You can manipulate it so it doesn't jump down like that. But nonetheless, there we go. So we're going to use 2 Shine Sparks to take that guy out, and we're going to come out here and do one more Shine Spark puzzle for Missile Plus tank. Wall jump, 1, dagnabbit. Wall jump, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Slide down here and Shine Spark while in Morph Ball is the easiest way to do that. Shine Spark while in Morph Ball, and we're going to take the elevator back to Dairon. So now that we are back in Dairon, we need to fast track it to Burinia as soon as we get through this Adam cutscene. So you might think that the best route is to go the route you know, going left through all the bomb tunnels, all the bomb launchers, but we are actually going to trek through the Emmy zone, because that is going to be faster. It is a new route you will need to learn, but it is a faster route that is therefore more efficient. And we're going to go up here, not down, even though we are ultimately going down. Going up at first is faster. Going to deal with that guy, take that out, and slide down here, because sliding there is faster. And we are going to call it good. We are in the passage to Burinia. And now that we are here, let's go over speed boost some. You click the left stick to speed boost, and you speed boost. You can wall jump while speed boosting to maintain your speed boost. You can also slide while maintaining the speed boost. And if you press ZL twice, you can morph ball while maintaining the speed boost. So I can morph ball, unmorph, wall jump, all that good stuff. You can charge a Shine Spark by pressing down while running. You can Shine Spark in any direction. I can also somersault to not Shine Spark, and I can Shine Spark in the air by pressing B and Y at the same time. Alright. So we can wall jump, we can morph ball, we can unmorph, we can Shine Spark in midair, we can Shine Spark while in morph ball as well. And if you are speed boosting and want to stop on a dime, you can just tap L to switch to aim mode for just a brief moment, and you will stop on a dime on exactly where you were when you tapped L. And there we go, we are on our way to Burinia 2. Burinia 2 is a really cool part of a speedrun. There are lots of speed booster tricks you can do to save time, but we aren't going to talk about those today, since those are more advanced. We just want to get started. So here's our third energy part piece if we want that. If we don't want it, we can avoid it just by jumping early. Now we're going to go through here, go through our morph ball tunnel. And like I said, there's some cool speed boost tech you can do, but it's difficult, and we're not going to do it today. We're just going to go through the area like normal. And we're going to grapple. If you want, there's a Missile Plus tank over here. If you want it. Personally, I'm going to skip it, because if you do the speed booster stuff we talked about earlier, then you're going to skip it anyway. You simply don't have time to grab it if you're speed boostering all the way through Burinia. Going to jump over. Alright, and this is our second pseudo wave skip. The Emmy skip we did earlier was the same kind as this one. We are sending our beam through the wall to hit the block. So there are two ways to do this. I'm going to show the pause buffer method. So you charge your beam, you walk into the wall, crouch and turn around, and then you pause. And while you're paused, you let go of Y, and you tilt down the stick down and slightly to the left. See the energy tank down here? We should hover over that E tank as we slide down. And then once you have your stick in place, hold L and press B. And we need to do this one more time. Charge, walk into the wall, down, right, pause, let go of Y, make sure my stick angle is good, that was not good, make sure my stick angle is good, hold L, and let go of B, and there we go, we are through, and we just skipped Drogiga. And now we can go up there, and make our way to Gaveron, one boss fight short of where we should be. Completely skipping a boss. Personally, I think the pause buffer method is the easiest and most consistent, but there are other people who have gotten another method extremely consistent. They call it a DT slide, so if you want to look that up, try it out yourself. Try it out. And now we are at Gaveron. So now that we are here, our goal is to get the super missiles. There's another... There are going to be speed booster tricks you can do for almost the entire game. I'm not going to go over each individual one, since those are more advanced, more complicated. But what we are going to do is Shine Spark some of our bosses. There's a Chozo robot right through this door. So I'm going to charge a Shine Spark in here. Let it show up and Shine Spark into it. And I'm just going to keep the heat on, and I should be able to take it out pretty darn quickly. And just keep missiles on. If it counters, keep an eye out for that. It did not counter. And now we move on. Going in this room, you can grapple beam upwards. Jump off there so you don't get hit off by that enemy. And in this room, we don't have to worry about the enemies for once. There are breakable blocks down here, so you can use that to create a shortcut. And now that we are here, we are going to continue heading right to the Atom Room. And now that we are through here, it is finally time to grab our super missiles. Go through here, hold up while exiting the pipe to grab that. Go through here, go left. When I was first starting, I made a mistake of going right here a few times. Do not do that. Going to go left, going to bomb that, going to take this missile door, and we are going to grab supers. And now that we have our supers, our next objective is to grab the plasma beam from A-Loon. So first we of course need to get to A-Loon. We're going to do that by going left and going through this super missile door. And don't worry about taking out all of them. Just take out some so you can grapple beam up there and let them hit you onto the ledge there. And now we are going to head to A-Loon. Alright. Now we are in A-Loon. For going in, flash shifting is going to be faster than speed boosting, because you don't have enough room here for the speed boost to be helpful. And we need to bomb these. Make sure we don't forget to bomb. And we go through the bomb launcher. And we go up, and we go up, and up, and up, and up. Skip a cutscene here. And we are going to bomb these. Again, make sure we don't forget to bomb. And we have to damage boost through these guys. There's no way around it. It's either take them out or damage boost through them, and damage boosting is just the better option. And now we got a missile door to shoot through, and some blocks to shoot through, and we have a plasma beam. Alright, so up next is another sequence break. We are going to get the ice missiles before the spin boost, and we're going to see how that works when we get there. But first, we have to get rid of our first Chozo warrior. Do your best to hurry through this room so that one can't spawn, because that's just annoying. So with Chozo warriors, it really helps if you know how to mash properly, right? So if you're mashing properly, there should be a solid stream of plasma beam going out, right? If you can't mash properly, then missiles are going to be your better DPS. But if you can mash as much as you can. Personally, I'm no good at one-hand mashing. I'm only good at two-hand mashing. So I only mash if I do not also have to aim. I will mash if the Chozo warrior is on the floor and in front of me. I will not mash if the Chozo warrior is on the wall. So once we make it through this cutscene, we are home free. And there is one more E-Tank out here. We're going to grab that. And now we are going to head through this door, have a cutscene, and head back to Gaveron for the ice missiles. Alright, so we are back in Gaveron, and we are going to go grab ice missiles early. There's a neat little speed boost we can do here if we want to. It's not too hard. We can do that. We can extend it if we're awesome, but I'm just going to introduce that one for now as a starter, as a warm-up. There is a way to extend it, but we're going to keep it like that for now, keep it simple. And we are going to go grab ice missiles. Going to go through here to the Emmy zone. Going to go break those blocks. Going to go up here. And once we get here, jump off, aim up, and grapple beam. Grapple beam is our best friend in this room. See? Grapple beam. Okay, so how do we get over here without spin jump? Well, we're going to use a tech called the water bomb jump. I'm going to plant a bomb, and let it bounce me and unmorph before I land. Right? So I morph, bomb, unmorph before I land. If I am ever on the ground in morph, then I need to reset the trick. So what I do now is I jump, morph and unmorph, plant a bomb, jump again, morph and grab the ledge. Alright? So let's see that again. I morph, bomb, and unmorph, jump, plant a bomb, dagnabbit, jump, plant a bomb, jump, and sometimes it just doesn't give you enough height. I'm not entirely sure why. I haven't fully figured out this trick yet, but there we go. There are tutorials by people who know more about it than I do. Unfortunate. Alright, so now that we are here, we need to do our platforming. This is a bit tricky platforming since you're supposed to have spin boost here, but you can figure it out. Wall jumps and flash shift will help you out. Alright, so now that we are here with a blue Emmy core, now that we have speed booster, we can charge a speed boost and do a shine spark to take care of its entire outer shell in one go. So now we're going to spam our super missiles to get rid of it. And now what we need to do for blue Emmy fast kill is we need to do a bit of prep. So I'm going to charge my beam, go to the left, and get ready for a shine spark. Going to speed boost and charge my shine spark. Going to shine spark up, flash shift to the left, and open the door with my charge beam. And now that it is going to the left, I'm going to go right and shoot at it from all the way over here. And it is going to transition to the ceiling. So I need to transition my shots to the ceiling. Make sure to follow it as best I can. And as soon as it does that, we are going to charge our cannon, and we're going to play a game of Chicken or Fit. And there we go. We can shoot it right there on the ceiling. So now that we have our ice missiles, we are going to go and grab spin boost. So to do that, we're going to go to the right here, just like we normally would after grabbing ice missiles. And if you want, there's an E-Tank up here for you to grab. If you want it. It's a bit of a time loss, since we're going down. And we are going down here for the spin boost. Wall jump and flash shift over this guy. And we're going to go up here to grab spin boost. Morph ball through the tunnel. Not much to say about this part besides just be fast. And to grab our spin boost, we're going to go through here, which I always forgot this part exists. But we got a bomb launcher to get us to spin boost. And now that we have our spin boost, it is time to do our second major sequence break. The first major one was early grapple. That was an extremely important one. Our next major one is early gravity suit. So to do that, we're going to go up here and we are going to charge a Shine Spark. And once I get that Shine Spark, we're going to go down here. We're going to jump up and Shine Spark to the right. And now we are at this green teleportal, which is going to take us to Burinia. Now, if you did 100% run of this game casually, then you might remember a certain Missile Plus tank in Burinia that might have been a bit challenging to get. It required a Shine Spark puzzle for us to get. That was one of the harder ones in the game. So, I say that because we now have to do that Shine Spark puzzle. Once you fully get the hang of Shine Spark controls, particularly Shine Sparking in midair, then it should become a lot easier. So if you were going for E-parts, here's our last one. And now, we need to do this trick. Charge your Shine Spark in midair by pressing A and B in midair. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Charge your Shine Spark. And the reason this works is because Shine Sparking onto a slope allows you to keep your speed booster. So why did we do this? We did this because it takes us to where the gravity suit is. I can navigate this platforming. And we've got some blobs to explode. We've got some diffusion beam blobs to explode. And we've got a grapple beam thing to pull. And now that will unlock the gravity suit. Here we are. It is worth noting, by the way, after you get ice missiles, there is a new route called early screw attack that diverges after ice missiles. It saves a few minutes, 4 minutes or so, but it's hard, and we're talking about this route for now. So if you want to look it up later, look it up later. For now, we are not doing early screw attack, we're doing our normal route. So normally, we have space jump when we get gravity suit. So how do I get out of here when I don't have space jump? Well, we are going to use a Shine Spark. I'm going to charge my speed booster here. I'm going to go to the right and line myself up with this platform and Shine Spark upwards. And there we go. And now, you'll find Artaria has frozen over. Because it is now time to do Frozen Artaria and beat up our friend Experiment Z57. Now that we are in Frozen Artaria, our goal is simply to make it to Cataris. There are a couple small things we can optimize on the way. We have a Chozo soldier coming up, and we have a trick up our sleeve to help us deal with that. So I'm going to break that open, and I'm going to charge a Shine Spark. And I'm going to fall down here and immediately Shine Spark to the right. That'll take out its shield and send it straight to phase 2. And now that we're in phase 2, should be easy pickings. Don't forget he has the laser. Ah, my aim is not doing well today. Alright. Alright, and we're almost done. There we go. Counter and counter. And now we are going to go to the right to head to Caterus. There's lots of really cool speed booster tech you can do in Frozen Artaria to speed up your movement. So, if that interests you, check it out. There's some cool stuff you can do here. Alright, so we're going to continue on, and this is where we have to learn another trick. So there are two things we can do here. Either we can do a 6-speed booster trick all the way up, which is tricky, but if you can pull it off, you can charge your Shine Spark here, go up and Shine Spark up, because we need to go up here. So you can Shine Spark up here if you pull that off, or you can infinite bomb jump, which we're going to need to do later, so let's go ahead and do it now. You need to time your bombs, probably a bit later than you think. It's all about timing. It's a very self-explanatory trick, you just need to learn the timing. Alright, so now, if you need resources, as always, don't be afraid to punch some enemies if you need to. And we're going to go up here, and we're going to go up here to head to Caterus. You can charge a Shine Spark here. You can charge a Shine Spark here. You can charge a Shine Spark here to quickly go through this room. Or you can just speed booster through that room. That's also a time save. Not as big of one, but it works. This room always throws me off, I don't know why. Gosh. There are much better ways to do that room, don't you worry. And we are off to Caterus to fight Experiment Z57. Alright, so now that we are in Caterus, our objective is to beat Experiment Z57 as quickly as possible, and then return to Artaria for the screw attack. So we need to go the bottom route. And we need to go up top to the boss door. And we are going to go fight Experiment Z57. It is worth noting the early screw attack route I mentioned earlier completely skips Frozen Artaria and Z57. So this is a very RNG dependent boss fight, unfortunately. Because these swiping attacks, I simply cannot hit him during these. I need to wait for him to use his laser breath attack so I can more reliably hit him, and hope he uses it multiple times in a row. And if he uses his swipes multiple times in a row, we'll understand. Okay, we have a counter coming up. Don't initiate the counter sequence. Alright, so for these, we don't have Seekers, so we're going to use a Charge Shot and a Missile. Charge Shot, Missile. Charge Shot, Missile. Charge Shot, Missile. Alright, so now we are on the final section of the fight. So what we are going to do is we are going to charge a speed boost at a certain point so we can Shine Spark him. So we're going to jump over here and start speed boosting. Going to charge our Shine Spark, get hit, that's fine. Jump and speed boost, Shine Spark. And there goes Z57. So now that we are through with Z57, Artaria, Caterus, everything has become unfrozen, and so we are off to find the screw attack. So we gotta go up here. And this is another place where there's a really neat speed booster trick. You can speed booster all the way from the Atom Room to the room where the teleportal is to take you back to Artaria. But for now, for this video, we aren't going to worry about that. Alright, so again, we normally have space jump. We don't have space jump. So I am going to double jump, wall jump, and flash shift to the ledge. And we are going to teleport back to Artaria. Now that we are back in Artaria, we need to go right and grapple beam the block. And we need to go down, shoot, open the door, and grab Screw Attack. So now that we have Screw Attack, we need to get out with wall jumps. Since, again, we don't have space jump, we need to find more creative ways to get out. And now we are heading back to Urania, which is going to take us back to Gaveron. Alright, we're in Urania. We've got a little difficult trick coming up, so let's make sure we're paying attention. My day job is a teacher, can you tell? Gotta make sure my students are paying attention. Alright, so, got a trick coming up. So, what we're going to need to do, is we're going to need to grab a missile tank. So the game plan is we're going to charge a Shine Spark here. We're going to double jump up here. We're going to double jump and then wall jump and do our Shine Spark going upwards. Alright, so let's see it in action. Going to go through here. Going to charge my Shine Spark. Going to double jump, wall jump, and Shine Spark upwards. There we go. Make sure you do not start your Screw Attack while falling. These are Screw Attack blocks, and you will fall through the floor if you Screw Attack while falling from the Shine Spark. So now, to get up this, we need to do our Infinite Bomb Jump again. So that is definitely a good trick to practice for these runs. So now that we're here, we have a new strategy for these robos. I can just jump into them with my Screw Attack and take them out. So basically, I'm just hopping into them over and over. Trying not to lose too much HP to regular attacks, and focusing on one so that I get some HP to use against the other as a buffer. So that we're through here, we can take the green teleporter to Gaveron, and our next objective is to get cross bombs. Alright, so now that we're here, we need to Screw Attack up out to the left, and we are going to go all the way left and use those Screw Attack blocks to get in, because we need the floor. We're going to pop this open and speed boost to charge a Shine Spark, and Shine Spark up slightly to the right of center because there are speed boost blocks there we don't want to hit because that'll be a time loss. So we Shine Spark up here, do the boss door, and now it is time to fight Golzuna. So I won't have much time to explain what's going on because it's going to be quick for a bit. So we shoot this one, and we charge a Shine Spark, and we wait for him to stance up. Do both front feet like that, and do that. Shine Spark through him. We can Shine Spark Golzuna himself to get some damage in. We can either get one Shine Spark to get him to half HP, or two to get him to 2 dead, but it is tricky and takes some practice and timing. So for now, we're just going to look at fighting him normally. The best way to do that is just spam missiles and be careful, because Golzuna is a heavy hitter. So we aren't really going to do anything more than just really good, really fast casual strats for now. And now that we're here, we can charge a Shine Spark to take out the core in one hit. Like I said, you can Shine Spark the final phase. There are ways to get into Shine Sparks to completely take them out and go straight to the Core X form. And if you want to look those up, by all means, I would recommend doing so. But they are not strats for this beginner video. Crossbombs irk me sometimes. Alright, so now that we're out of here, we're going to head to Hanubia, which is going to take us then to Ferinia to grab Storm Missiles, Space Jump, and Wave Beam. And then we will be almost done with the game. Yes, low battery, thank you. Okay, we're going right. And we've got an Adam room to stop by. So you can stop on the dime using L as a reminder. And now we are going to go down from here to Ferinia. Gotta get through this whole gauntlet. There is a way around it. You remember I talked about the Drogiga skip and how there are two ways to do that? Those are bomb blocks, that's right. Well, the second way allows you to get that grapple block from the other side. So you can use the screw attack block up there to get in that middle area and use the grapple beam to take out that block. But that's a bit much for now. We're just going to go the normal way, and if you want to add that to your route to supplement it later, then you can find a video on it. Alright. So now we are in Ferinia. Dangnabbit. Come on, there we go. Gotta go left, screw attack down these. And we are going to go to the Storm Missile boss, SQ, who is through the bottom left door. Bottom left door. Since SQ is in the bottom right of the map, you might think SQ is through the bottom right door there, not the bottom left door. But that would be a false statement, since SQ is through the bottom left door. The nice thing about getting Gravity Suit early is it makes a purple Emmy a bit of a joke. Come on. Come on. No. And right as I say that, I lose. Amazing. Alright, there we go. That is like the one bad purple Emmy spawn location. But such is life. Alright. So now we gotta get through here. We are not taking the top left door. There is a door on the top left. We are not taking that. We are going this way. And this will take us to the bottom left. Going through here and up here. We'll have a door in the bottom right. That will take us to SQ. We go down here through the pitfall blocks and to the right, and that will take us to our final boss besides Ravenbeak. So once we do that, we can charge a Shine Spark. It helps to do a wall jump so you have more time with the Shine Spark. And then you can hit SQ with it. And the really nice thing about SQ is it's a total joke with the screw attack. Getting a screw attack before Storm Missile Space Jump makes this boss easy, and it is my favorite part of the speedrun, because this boss is really annoying on a casual playthrough. Making a complete and total joke of it in the speedrun is just amazing. Alright, so our next objective is the space jump. Now you might be thinking, but the space jump's optional. I've seen speedrunners skip it completely. And you're right, space jump is optional. But skipping space jump also makes life harder. So for now, we are going to keep space jump, since we are not at that point yet. If you really want to skip space jump, be my guest, but for now, since we are looking at a beginner's guide, we are going to grab space jump. Since I definitely think you should start by using space jump, and eventually wean yourself off of it. Because I think it is... I think not allowing yourself to use space jump at first is giving yourself a crutch that you just don't want to give yourself yet at the very beginning, since you're just starting. Making life too hard on yourself compared to how it needs to be. So to grab our early space jump as efficiently as possible, we are going to go to the top left door over here. We are going to shoot the blocks up above and prepare our seeker missiles. Go through the door and go through and grab space jump. And as soon as we are done with it, as soon as this animation finishes, we are going to flash shift to the right and go out the door we came in. That is the most efficient way we can grab space jump. By going out the way we came in, we save a lot of just unnecessary time. So now that we have it, we are on our way to grab the wave beam. Oi, thank you. And here we are in the final Emmy zone. And now we've got a bunch of tricks. So once we get to the room right outside the central unit, we're going to charge the Shine Spark to get rid of the armor, same as we did for the blue one. And we are going to screw attack it after the armor is off to take it out completely. So there's our Shine Spark, and there's our screw attack. Fastest control unit in the game. And we're going to use our stream and our cannon on these, same as normal. Use our cannon on one on the outside, same as always. And then we're going to learn our purple Emmy fast kill. And don't get me wrong, it looks terrifying, but it's a lot easier than it looks. So we go through here, charge wave beam, do the wave beam block, go back here, do a cross bomb. You gotta wait just a little bit to do the cross bomb, and then we start our shooting. It goes kinda slowly, honestly. So you really have more time than you think. And once it does that, you are home free. There you go. Tricky wave kill, or tricky early Emmy kill. A little bit tricky, because the cross bomb timing is the tricky part. If you miss that cross bomb timing, then you miss the early kill. The bomb block here is going to respawn a little bit after those beam blocks. So if you can get your timing right, you can take it out as soon as it pops up. And now all we have left to do is the final few battles. Not much to say about them, honestly. But, well, There is stuff to say about Ravenbeak, but we'll get there. The two Chozo warriors before then, there's not as much to say about. Alright. So now our game plan for the rest of the game is to grab power bombs, beat the elite Chozo warrior, and then beat Ravenbeak. So we're going to first focus on grabbing power bombs. We got a cutscene here to skip. And the cutscene does not start for this next one. The cutscene does not start until the power bomb explosion is finished. So power bomb explosion, and now we can skip. And now we are on our fourth Chozo warrior fight. Don't forget you can counter the shield. If you get up close to it, you can make its attacks trigger more quickly. So you can lure the shield out, get that taken care of more quickly. Alright, personally, I find Seekers are the best thing to use here. Or Storm Missiles, excuse me. Because I cannot mash and aim at the same time, and my aim with Super Missiles is a bit off. So I try my best while they're on the walls to get my 3 locks in, and use my Storm Missiles to speed up the fight. And now, we just gotta wrap things up here. Use a power bomb. And we gotta use one more power bomb. And we can go up here. And we just gotta get through this room. I've seen ways to farm power bombs from the enemies here. So if you want to look that up, check that out. Let's make our way to Iterash. But first, a weapon recharge, because we gotta do one more power bomb, which we simply don't have ammo for. So there we go. And we're going to do a Shine Spark here to save time. And we are almost through. All that's left now is the elite Chozo warrior. On the other end of the store, Ravenbeak himself, and the escape. Don't forget you have to grapple this shield to get rid of it. And once you get the shield out of the way, I personally like to keep my distance so I can mash for as long as possible before having to move. Like I said, if you can't mash as well, then spamming missiles is going to be your best option. Be very careful in this fight. Those lasers are very strong and deal like 400 damage. So it is very easy to die to those lasers. And there we go. All through. Now I just gotta punch Ravenbeak. Yes, I know my battery is low, I'll deal with it after we're done here. So let's see. From here, we take the elevator to Iterash and go punch Ravenbeak. So Ravenbeak. As you probably noticed in your casual playthrough, damage in the first phase in particular is really weird against Ravenbeak. So here's how it works. In phase 1, you can only actually deal damage to him during counters. During those counters, the best way to deal damage is to mash the beam. Missiles are generally weaker, so even if you aren't great at mashing, you want to use your beam. Even if you aren't great at mashing, you want to use your beam. So what we're going to do to try and optimize those counter opportunities is we're going to shoot 9 missiles at the very beginning, and then just wait for a counter to happen. And we're going to mash that first counter, and then we're going to shoot 1 more missile, and that will trigger 1 more counter that will happen automatically. 4, 5, 6, let me shoot this real quick. 7, 8, 9, and now we're just waiting. Now we are just waiting. There we go. Mash beam. Now I am going to use 1 more missile to trigger this counter. And don't forget there will be a counter in the cutscene. And now we can mash. And if we did it right, we're all good. We are on to phase 2. Phase 2, our strongest weapon is our missiles. You want to use regular missiles, not storm missiles. If you can aim at all with regular missiles, do it. Beams are weaker here. Do not use beams against this fight. The same is going to be true of phase 3. You're going to want to use missiles during phase 3. Also, do not forget, there are no resource pickups in phase 2, so every shot counts. Do your best to make every shot count. Unlike what I was just doing. And also do your best to simply not get hit. Because again, no pickups. No pickups means no energy pickups. If you get low on HP like I am right now, then that sounds like a time to prioritize survival over sheer speed, because the time loss of resetting is going to be greater than the time loss of simply going slower. So you can powerbomb the sun for resources. Very nice, considering you don't get many other resources in phase 3. Don't forget though that you can counter for resources. And don't forget to not... Dagnabbit. I didn't mean to, I really didn't. Don't forget to not actually activate the counter sequence. But if you do, use missiles. Missiles are your best shot for the entire fight, except for phase 1 counter. To put it really simply, missiles are your best bet for all of Ravenbeak, except for when you're countering in phase 1, where you want to use beams. We should be able to get our cutscene skip soon, and once we do, we are going to charge a speed boost. Charge the speed boost, come back here, and Shine Spark upwards, and that is our opening. Gonna go down. For any time we need to go up, Skewer Attack will work just fine. Hyper Beam, we only really need that for when we are going left, right, or down. If we're going up, Skewer Attack is totally fine. And now we're just taking the route we've taken before. Escape is a tough section to practice because you kind of need to beat the game for it, and you can't really save during it. You can't just start up Escape to practice fast. So be very attentive during your Escape attempts, and do your best to learn the directions that the game is making you go. There is no secret way of knowing where you need to go during the escape. You just have to do it. Oh yeah, I didn't say anything, but you want a Shine Spark there, it's faster than space jumping. Even if you forget you need to Shine Spark there, it's still going to be faster. And you are going to call time, you're going to stop the timer as soon as this cutscene starts. So once that cutscene starts, you can stop your timer and see how you did. Now, if you want to upload your run to speedrun.com, then you are going to need to take a picture of your in-game time along with what your actual real-time time is. So if I want to upload this run, I would take a picture of this and submit the picture along with what the time my timer said was. However, if my time is under an hour and 45 minutes, I'm going to need a full video of my run. But that shouldn't be a concern for most people since that is a really, really good time. I still haven't even hit that yet myself. So, for most of us, all we're going to need is just a screenshot of our clear time and upload that to speedrun.com if you want to be on the leaderboard. So there was the tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed that. If there are any specific sections that you want some more info about, there are videos on basically every little trick, every little thing about the run for you to find online. So there are plenty of resources out there. I just wanted to make this as a springboard to get people started. This is a starting point. I hope it was helpful for you, and best of luck speedrunning in the future.